We've got 168 as a product of prime factors in this question. The key thing next is to find 30 as a product of prime factors, and we can do this using a factor tree, for example. So I can make it 2 and 15, circle the 2, split the 15 into 3 and 5, and then I've got that 30 is 2 times 3 times 5. Now, there's a couple of ways you can do it. One way is to write these two things down carefully so that the prime factors are sort of in line. So I'm going to line up that 2, but then I've got some extra ones. And then I've got a 3, which this one has as well. And then 30's got a 5, whereas this one's got a 7. So if I want the lowest common multiple, actually, I need to account for the fact that some of them are doubling up. I'm not really going into an explanation in lots of details here, but I know that 30 times 168 will be a multiple, but actually I only need to account for the 2 here once because 2 is in both their times tables. So what I'm going to get is that the LCM is all of these multiplied. It's going to be 2 times 2 times 2 times 3 times 5 times 7. I can very quickly kind of realize that, right, that's going to give me 10, and that's going to give me 21. So I can times by 10 and 21. That's going to be 210. So it's going to be 4 times 210, which is going to be 840. And that's my answer. Another way I could have done it would be you sort of often see this being taught, is to draw a Venn diagram and to draw the overlapping ones in the middle. So here it would be the ones that I've circled twice. It would be a 2 and a 3, and then for 30 I'd be left with a 5, and then for 168 I'd have a 2 here, a 2 here, and a 7 here. And the same applies then. The LCM is what happens when you kind of when you find everything, not the overlap, everything, and then again it would multiply to 840. If you've forgotten all these methods, well, in this case, you could kind of probably figure it out by writing down your multiples of 168. It might take a bit of time, so you'd have to do 168 times 1, and then 168 times 2, that's going to be 336, and just sort of keep going until you get one ending in a 0. It's going to have to end in a 0 to be divisible by 30, and I think that's probably the first one that happens. I might be wrong. Well, what the first one that 30 will go into will be 840. The question wants you to do it by the LCM way, and it shows your understanding, but you could still use listing, I suppose.